the most powerful scenes banned from showing in the movie Trainwreck 2015. But before we start, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel.
All right, let's dive into this rom-com Trainwreck. We've got some scenes from the movie and
Fun movie.
yeah, and we're going to unpack all the funny moments, but also some of the surprisingly insightful stuff it gets into.
Yeah, it's interesting because it uses humor, but it actually tackles some pretty heavy themes, like commitment and family dynamics, even societal pressures. It's not just a lighthearted.
It's got some depth to it,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
More than your typical rom-com. So let's start with Amy. She's our main character, and at the beginning of the film, she's this writer for a men's magazine living a pretty wild life. Lots of partying,
Yeah, lots of,
casual relationships.
let's just say casual.
She's not exactly looking to settle down, right?
Right. And that's interesting because that whole avoidance of commitment thing, you can really trace it back to her past. Like, remember that opening scene with her father? He basically tells young Amy and her sister.
Yeah, with a Monopoly board.
Yeah, he's like, monogamy, forget about it. Unrealistic. So he plants that seed of cynicism about lasting love right from the start.
That scene always makes me wonder, though, is it just about believing relationships won't last? Or was there something deeper going on there? Like, did his infidelity create this deeper fear of vulnerability in Amy, where she learned to equate love with, like, pain and betrayal?
That's a good point. I think it's not just about believing in forever. It's about protecting yourself from getting hurt.
Yeah.
And that really plays out in Amy's adult life. I mean, she uses humor as a shield.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Constantly deflecting with those jokes and that sarcasm.
Especially when it comes to relationships.
So true. Even when she's making jokes about her lifestyle, you can sense this, like, underlying vulnerability. It's almost like those witty remarks are her defense mechanism,
Yeah.
to keep people at a distance.
Exactly. Like, I'm going to laugh so I don't cry. And then we meet Aaron.
Oh, yeah, Aaron. He comes in.
Wait, right?
He's this successful sports doctor, the opposite of everything Amy claims to want.
Total opposite.
Kind, genuine, actually looking for a real relationship.
A whole package.
Such a clash of personalities. Their first date, hilarious. Amy is totally thrown off guard by how sincere he is. It's like she can't figure out if he's for real or putting on some act.
It's like, is this a prank?
Yeah. What's going on here?
It's fascinating because it really shows you how much our past can, like, shape our expectations for love. Amy just reacts with pure skepticism. Like, she can't fathom that someone like him could be interested in her.
Yet there's this undeniable chemistry, right? They're drawn to each other, despite their differences.
Absolutely. And the film really explores those differences. It's not about two people magically fitting together. It's about them challenging each other's perspectives and maybe learning something new about themselves along the way.
And then you've got LeBron James in the mix.
Oh, yeah. Can't forget LeBron.
Aaron's best friend and confidant is LeBron James.
Yeah.
It adds this whole layer of absurdity and humor to the film.
It's true, but it's not just for laughs. Think about it. These professional athletes talking openly about their feelings, offering relationship advice, it kind of subverts those traditional masculinity norms.
Wow, I never thought about it like that. It's like the film is sneaking in these deeper messages.
Under the guise of humor.
Yeah, it's pretty clever.
Totally. And it's interesting. As Amy spends more time with Aaron, she starts breaking her own rules. She stays the night, goes on actual dates, starts to let her guard down.
And you can see her carefully constructed world starting to crumble. All those walls she built to protect herself. They're slowly being chipped away by Aaron's genuine nature and his emotional honesty, which, of course, terrifies her.
Of course. It's like she's realizing that maybe her dad's cynicism wasn't the only truth. Maybe lasting love is possible, but then that means vulnerability, the possibility of getting hurt.
And that's where her family dynamics come in, right?
Yeah.
Her relationship with her sister Kim is so complex.
Oh, they're like night and day.
Total opposites.
Kim is the conventional one.
Yep.
Married, stable job, family. And she's always judging Amy's choices, but there's also this underlying concern.
Yeah, like she wants to connect with her sister but doesn't know how.
Exactly. They love each other, but they just can't communicate.
And then there's their dad, Gordon.
Oh, Gordon.
Despite his flaws, he clearly loves his daughters.
He does. He really does.
Gordon's character is so important, though, because he's like a mirror to Amy's fears about relationships. He reinforces that belief that lasting love is an illusion. And his approval, or lack thereof, really weighs on her.
Absolutely.
It's heartbreaking when he criticizes her relationship with Aaron, saying she's just like him, incapable of commitment. You can see how much those words hurt her.
It's a pivotal moment because it forces her to confront the cycle of dysfunction she's inherited from her dad.